what great role plays. I thought they're absolutely wonderful. So creative. And the book was just fantastic. Just two quick comments that build off what Lucas said and then what Corey said. I find we engage in discussions all the time. Whose music is this, right, Corey? As if there was an owner of music. And in fact, it's really hard for me to, when I'm either listening to music that somebody else wrote, but it's mine when I'm listening to it, but it's the composers who wrote it. And I remember once having a long conversation with a fiction writer about exactly this issue. And we got in, and this relates to Lucas's point, there's no meaning until somebody hears it. Well, I don't agree totally, Lucas, because the composer hears it. You hear it in your head long before it's anywhere else. And the same is true when you write fiction.
We hear it the way that a programmer uses their website or uses the tool that they make. Like we hear it on a completely different, like it doesn't sound like I literally need to have another person in the room to listen to a mix before I can send it because I can sort of see it through their eyes. But when I'm listening to it just in this room by myself, there's details that like that's what I'm paying attention to. And I forget like, oh, I can't hear the snare drum because I muted it 40 minutes ago to work on
Yeah,
the trumpets. And that
yeah,
that stuff really happens. So yeah,
done it.
I can approach it as a listener later, but while I'm working on it, I'm not hearing it. I'm building it. It's a different
But
skill set, I think.
I'm not going to take away from you that when you're building, you're hearing all the time. You're all the time. And when you write fiction, you're hearing, you're in your own world. And those characters are so real, they're alive, and you're hearing. And they're actually, the problem comes often that they're part of you and you can't separate yourself from what you're writing. So I just think maybe that's an unanswerable question. Whose music is it? Whose fiction is it? It's in the moment. It's the person who's listening or who's making it. But it's in the moment. And the reason I think that matters is we have this discussion, is it an AI or is it a human, right? Um, but we know that in the whole history of technology that it's always the dynamic between the technology and the technologist and the user and the institutions, and they all change and they interact and they change together, they change in very different ways, and there's a real struggle. But the attempt to establish these sequences and ownership, I get copyright, I get Corey needed to make a living when he was young and he needs royalties. I really do get that. But that's just a slice of the larger problem that you're talking about, which is it's this intermingling of the creator and what is created and how it's created. And AI is a big part of that story, but it's not the whole answer. And I'm one of those who believes it never will be. That if there isn't the you there,
I think the
if
goal
there,
of all art is to belong to the community. I think that's what every
yeah.
artist wants is for the culture and the community and as many people as possible to feel ownership of what
Oh,
they've made.
not everybody. Honest to goodness, there are writers who say, screw it. If these people don't get it, I don't care. I'm writing it
Yeah,
about.
they're lying though. You don't spend all day in a windowless room by yourself because you don't care about the work that you're making. And I have many times sent someone a piece of music that they have not liked, and I have definitely said that I don't care, but it crushed my soul every single time.